All right, what is going on, you guys? My name is Bubba, and welcome back to another insane story. So this story takes place back when I was in high school, and funny enough, I'm not gonna lie. One of the benefits of me that I love about myself so much, and this is gonna sound really weird, but I love how I always had straight teeth. If you guys don't know, I have never had braces ever in my life, which I am very thankful for, because I never liked braces, nor did I ever want braces, but everyone else in my family had to get braces except me and my dad. So I guess I got my dad's good genes. Anyways, going on with the story, I remember one time, my mom ended up coming to my door when it was like 7 a.m. in the morning saying, Bubba, make sure tomorrow you know that you have to go see the dentist. And me, I don't like the dentist. I am not a fan of going to the dentist, nor do I ever like it in general. Because who in the world would want someone shoving something in your mouth? Like, I don't know. I just don't like it. And also, I really don't like their bubblegum flavor. Like, for me, it just tastes like really gross medicine. Anyways, going on with the story, I remember basically when she told me that, I told her, Mom, I really don't want to go. Like, my teeth are fine. They're straight, and I never had an issue ever. And then she told me, Bubba, you have to go to the dentist and you have to make sure you get your teeth fixed. We always have to do a checkup. You know that. Fine, is what I told her afterwards. And I basically ended up going to school in basically fear. Like, knowing I had to go to the dentist was utterly scary. And I really did not want to go, but at the same time, my parents were going to force me to go either way. So I remember when I was at school, it was during science class, and my teacher ended up coming up to me saying, okay, Bubba, so your parents are going to be here any minute now. So can you pack your stuff and get ready to go downstairs to the front door and meet with your parents? I remember when she said that, I really wanted to lie to her and say that I wasn't, but I'm not gonna lie. I can't lie to my science teacher because she was like really hot. That's a story for another time, but anyways, going on. I remember I packed up my bag and got everything ready, and I ended up going downstairs. When I went downstairs, I remember I saw my mom at the front door waiting with my dad, because apparently they were both taking me to the dentist to make sure I actually, like, you know, behaved when I was there. And I remember when I got in the car, my parents were driving down. As my parents were driving down though, my dad ended up getting a phone call from the dentist. I was hoping that they were canceling, but then it was some lady saying, hi, so I know it's Bubba's appointment, but I'm gonna be taking over his appointment today. I want to make sure you guys understood that. So are you guys okay with me doing his checkup? I was hoping my parents were gonna say no. I was like, please say no, please say no. And then my mom says, oh, no problem, we'll go to the checkup and we'll see. Thank you for telling us. Great, thanks, Mom. I was kind of upset and annoyed, but at the same time, it is what it is. So I remember I ended up sitting in the car for half an hour thinking that some random lady that I have never met is going to literally, and I mean literally, put something in my mouth and basically check on my teeth. When we got there half an hour later, I remember I sat down at the dentist appointment with my parents. We all sat down together and we basically just waited. And I remember out the door comes a doctor. At first I thought it was just a nurse because she looked really cute and looked way too young to be a dentist. But then she ended up saying, Bubba, can you please come in? You're next up. I remember I looked at her and I ended up looking at my parents, and I stood up and I instantly just started walking up to her. When I walked up to her, I remember I asked her, wait, so are you like my dentist? She says, oh yeah, like I'm gonna be doing your checkup today. Huh? Okay. And just a reminder what this girl looked like. Like, she had like blonde hair, blue eyes, like, and she had major cherries to the point where I don't think her outfit could actually like hold those in. Anyways, going on with the story, I remember I basically went with her to the checkup, and when I got there, I remember I looked at her and I kind of was just like, you know, laying down on the seat, doing the whole thing that she needed me to do. I opened my mouth wide and she gave me glasses to wear, and when I wore the glasses, I had to look at a TV screen that was up above. She was playing the television show Treehouse, and I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm not complaining because, you know, it never hurts to watch cartoons. But as I was watching it, the most embarrassing thing ended up happening where, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, as she was like kind of like putting something in my mouth and I had these sunglasses on, I remember she ended up kind of like going over like my head with her chest to look inside my teeth, kind of from like behind, I guess. And her cherries literally flopped onto my glasses. Like, her cherries literally were right in front of my eyes to the point where I didn't care what was showing on Treehouse. I was watching her. I was watching those enormous cherries, and I'm not gonna lie when I say this, and this was so embarrassing. Reminder, I was wearing sweatpants this day. I literally got bricked. I got bricked up so hard to the point where I remember I looked at her and she looked at my eggplant and she's like, oh, well, someone's excited to have good teeth. Good teeth? Hell nah. I know what I was looking at. I was looking at something that straight up made me bricked. And I remember she made it super awkward with me and like looked at me, and I looked at her, and I straight up told her, hey, like, listen, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, you're hot. My bad. And then she looked at me and started squeezing her chest together, and she's like, oh, it's probably because of these bad boys, isn't it? What? Dude, I didn't believe this was a dentist at this point. I thought this was like Johnny Sins' sister, bro. Like, I didn't know what to think. So I remember I'm just sitting there all like, you know, jittery and excited, thinking this is actually happening right now. And then afterwards, right as I was going on and she was gonna put one final thing in my tooth to me, you know, do a checkup on, my mom ends up walking into the dentist room, seeing what was going on and why I was taking so long. And she's like, is everything okay in here? Does he have good teeth? I remember my dentist looks at me and I look at her. And then we're like, yeah, mom, I have really good taste, is what I said with her putting something in my mouth. And then she said, yeah, but I'm gonna have to see him again soon because he has like a little cavity in the back of his tooth. You can't really see it, but it's back there. I'm gonna need to see him in a couple days. Wait, what is what I said? I was really confused because, well, I'm not gonna lie, my teeth were priceless. They were perfect. There was no way I actually had a cavity. So I remember my mom ended up leaving the room to go tell my dad, and she looked at me. She's like, you don't actually have a cavity, but I do want to see you again soon. As she's literally putting her hand up my thigh slowly. At this point, I knew that this girl wanted to do the devil's tango with me. Like, there was no way she didn't. So as I'm panicking, thinking, okay, this is like going down for real, you know, as I'm like, you know, about to sing the rap song, it's going down for real. Sorry. I got too excited. But anyways, like I was saying, knowing this was happening was utterly insane. And then I remember I ended up standing up, leaving the doctor's office slowly, and basically went to my parents saying, oh, well, it looks like I have to come back in a couple days. My parents were pretty annoyed because, let's be real here, who wants to do another half-an-hour drive? But me, I was excited to see my dentist again. But the funny part was, and I remember this so vividly, she ends up literally, as I'm about to leave, run outside to literally the place where we parked our car, and she handed me a toothbrush. I didn't know why it took her so long to give me a toothbrush because usually most dentists give it after the appointment, but she ends up giving it to me straight to my hand saying, hope you have a good time brushing your teeth with this. It ends up walking away. I was really confused at first, and I'm like, okay, well, that just happened. And then afterwards, when I got in the car and I opened the toothbrush, I realized that there was a note inside. The toothbrush was open, but there was something in there, which was a note. I end up taking out the toothbrush, opening the note, and I saw it was her Snapchat. And at this point, I knew that your boy was in, bro. Like, I knew what was going down, okay? So I got super hyped, and I remember I pulled out my phone, I added her on Snapchat, and I basically, like, you know, added her on there. Right when I got back home, I remember I ended up getting an ad back on Snapchat because I didn't end up going back to school. And she snaps me saying, how are those cute pearly whites? As she's still in her, like, dentist uniform, you know, pushing her cherries up. And I'm like, oh, they're good, as I send her a picture. And basically, I remember I ended up hopping on Call of Duty with the boys, telling them my experience at the dentist and how I absolutely loved it. And then for some reason, I got another Snapchat from her, and it was literally her cherries full on out at the dentist office. Bro, are there not cameras at the dentist office, is what I asked her. And she said, no, silly, that's doctor-patient confidentiality. What? I remember I was so in shock, and I was like, okay, bet, so I guess I'm gonna see you in a couple days. And then she said, yeah, I'll be waiting, as she's like holding like this, like, I don't know, it was some form of thing that you put in a mouth to like look inside and like look in like detail at a person's teeth. I don't know what it is, but she stuck it in my mouth basically. And then I remember I ended up telling the boys of that, and they didn't believe me. They had no idea. And I said, watch, next time I go see her and I hit it from the back, I'm literally gonna send you guys a photo. They didn't believe me, and they said there was no way this was gonna happen, but I knew in my mind I was gonna make it happen. So what I ended up doing was I snapped her back and forth, and I kind of, you know, got comfortable talking to her and stuff. And let's just say what ended up happening next was the most insane thing ever. Now, before anything, I do apologize. I don't want to make a part 2. I really don't. But at the same time, I want to make sure that you guys subscribe for this next video. So if you guys do subscribe and comment down below that you guys want to see the next part, I promise you guys will get it. And like I always say, fall for more embarrassing stories. Peace out, guys.